Good morning. I am Reshma. Today I am here to continue with the poem If for BA BEd second year. Coming to the third stanza of the poem, here the poet Rudyard Kipling says that if you can make a heap of all your winnings. Now we all know heap. Heap is a bundle of grass which can catch fire anytime. So he says that if you have the capability of making or taking a risk of making a heap of all your winnings, like anytime it can catch fire. Now here catching fire is anytime you can lose or the game can turn over. It is just like the pitch and toss game. You may lose the game and all your possessions. Like life is always undetermined. We never know what is going to happen in the next minute. He says, but we have to stay calm without uttering a word about the loss and again start rebuilding it with a new beginning. So it is not just that once you have won, you should feel that I am on the top. But he says you should be ready for the loss also. Here the poet talks of taking big risks and achieve much greater success and keeping quiet even if you lose the bet. Now this bet is not just that we do a small bet, a bid. It is to achieve something, you have to lose something also. Like you say, to gain something, you have to lose something. Like if in simple language, if we say to come first in the class or to work, to do something hard, you have to work hard, you have to sacrifice many things. So he says to achieve success, you have to keep quiet, you have to keep on working hard. This is another aspect of your mental toughness, which we all need to possess. Now, this point is again stressing on our mental toughness. He says in the next line, he continues with the theme of the mental strength along with the willpower. He says we have to force our body, that is our heart and our nerves, to serve us. It means to help us to do something even if we have lost all the strength due to old age or illness. Now here he is talking about old age or illness, but as a youth we can say even you should have a strong willpower to do whatever you want, even if you are tired or even if you have lost something, but you should have a strong willpower. Thus you should keep on working by the strength of your power of will. And you should always ask your heart and your nerves to keep on working and to keep on hold on to compelling your body and your mind to do the job. Next, he says, if you want them to do something great from your heart, the willpower inside your body should prevent the body from getting tired. You should never feel that you are tired, like it always happens with students during the exam times. Now why does it happen only during the exam times? Because you know that you have to achieve the aim, your aim, and you have to do well in the exams. That is why we see students as studying overnights for the exams, but during other times they just casually study, they don't work hard. So it is, they have the willpower that we have to study and we have to work hard. So here he says you have to show this willpower and you have to stop your body from getting tired always. And then he says when you get going tough, the tough gets going you. So it is always you have to be rough and tough. So this is all he just says in the third paragraph. It is just, in short, he says keep holding on. Now coming to the fourth stanza. The fourth stanza is again dealing with the ways how to behave with the people. He says, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtues, means you should be able to talk to common people, common mass, or every class of the society without losing your virtues or moral values. It means you should not lose your moral values, you should not lose your dignities while talking to common man. Say, just for example, if you are talking to a vegetable vendor, even if he is using any low language, but you should maintain your dignity. Next he says again, if you are walking with the kings, you should not go behind the reach of the common people. Now here walking with the kings is like if you are talking to your higher authorities or your officers, your say now higher level people, at the same time you should be able to reach up to the common people also. Like suppose if anybody is at a very high post, he should never be away from common people. It means in simple language he says you should always be in touch with the common people, you should be down to earth. The common touch which you get from the people will help you or us to realize the reality and feel the needs of the society, because the common man helps us to know the needs of the society, and on the other hand the noble people, the higher society, the noble touch will give us the power and opportunity to reach higher goals. So it means, and he says you should maintain the equilibrium between both of them. Now if you see somebody at a higher level, you will also somewhere get a point in your mind, oh, he is behaving like this, I also should work in such a way, I should be polite. And then similarly, if you are in touch with the common people, you will come to know the reality and the needs of the society. Next he says, if neither foes are enemies, nor loving friends can hurt you. Now this is again the same thing, like he said, you should neither be not too sad, not too happy in success or good or bad times. Similarly, he says you should always build yourself strong mentally and physically enough so that neither enemies nor loving friends can hurt you. You should not be hurt by enemies, nor you should be more attracted towards loving friends. You should always develop a healthy relationship with everyone around us and always never allow anyone to harm us. Now, harm us is not just harming anybody physically, it is harming us mentally. You should not be attached or detached with anyone, or you should not be hurt by anybody's feelings. And in the same way, you should not hurt the feelings of others. Similarly, he says you have to develop your personality in such a right way so that everybody supports you and gives you lots of importance, and they count you and give you lots of importance. If we allow someone who gives you too much importance, you can be emotionally bound. You can be emotionally attached to that person. That way, it may allow you to restrict your freedom and prevent you from doing your duties. But then again, he says you should not do that. You can be emotionally attached with someone, but you should not prevent yourself from doing your duties. Now, this is the best example which is seen. Like, if you are too much attached to your friends, maybe you may forget your duties towards your parents or your sister. May your parents or your sister, someone must have told you to help you to go to the market or bring something from the market, but you are too much attached to your friends, and in that case you forget to do your duties towards your family. Next, he says time is precious. Every minute, a 60 seconds time is precious. It waits for nobody and doesn't forget anyone who wastes the time. So you have to utilize each and every minute of our life in a productive and useful work. Wasting time is not something which you can afford in a short lifespan. He says life is very short and you should utilize this short lifespan doing something very fruitful. Next, finally, he says, coming to the achievement you can get if you fulfill all the conditions which I had mentioned. Now, here the conditions were, what were the conditions which he was saying? Let us take a small recap. Not getting angry, trusting yourself, not getting tired by waiting, not hating people, taking triumphs and disaster, success, failure, joy, good times, bad times equally. Then next he said not wasting time, being in touch with common people, being in touch with the noble people also, and do not force others to do anything. Have a strong willpower. These were the few things which he had mentioned. So he says, if you do all these things, you can become a very good person and you can win the earth and everything you want in life, and you can rule over the world. That is what will help you to become a complete and a perfect human being. So this is all about our poem. If in the end he said, you will be a man, my son. As I told you, this was a poem he was addressing to his son. He wanted him to become a future leader, a very good and a perfect, inspired future leaders. So that is why